Last day we were discussing this poem, To a Snowdrop. And poem is like this. Please read the poem, Bab. May do a Lone flower.
To a snowdrop, lone flower, hemmed in with snow and white as they, but hardier far, once more I see thee bend thy forehead as if fearful to offend, like an unbidden guest, though day by day storms sailing from the mountain tops waylay the rising sun, and on the
Plains descend.
descent. Yet art thou welcome, welcome as a friend whose sail outruns his promise, blue-eyed May shall soon behold this border thickly
Set.
set with bright gems,
John.
shangis, their odor lavishing on the soft-pressed wine and his frolic peace. Nor will I then thy modest grace forget, says Snowdrop, winter's
Harbinger.
harbinger of spring, and pensive monitor of fleeting years.
Yes. Lone flower. Now, and it's a personification. Personifying the flower, Snowdrop. The poet addresses as lone flower, hemmed with snow and white as in the morning time. It is covered with snow. White as they, but hardier far. Once more I see thee bend. Again personification. He sees, he says he sees the bend. Narrator says, thy forehead. Now flowers don't have forehead, you know. Therefore the poet again personifies this. As it fearful to offend, like an unbidden guest. Unbidden guest means uninvited guest. Though day by day storms selling from the mountain tops. Storms are selling from the mountain tops. Waylay uh, mean going namelessly. The rising sun and on the plains descend. Yet plains descend. Now it is descending on the plains. There are mountains and plains. Yet art mean but art thou, you are. Welcome. Welcome as a friend. The poet again personifies the flower, Snowdrop, as a friend whose seal overruns his promise. Blue-eyed May. The month of May, the poet again personifies as blue-eyed May. That is the next circumstance. Shall soon behold this border thickly set with bright jonquils. There are flowers, jonquils flowers. The odors lavishing. The odors mean fragrance, sweet fragrance, lavishing on the soft west wind and his frolic peers. Nor will I then thy modest grace forget. Taste Snowdrop, venturous harbinger. Harbinger is like heralding. Something heralding means something telling about arrival of others. Harbinger of spring. It speaks about the next season. And pensive monitor of fleeing years. Pensive mean moody. Monitor mean supervisor of fleeing years. Fleeing years mean passing years. Now this is a sonnet of which end rhyme is they bend often day. A B B A A B B A C D E F spring. Yes. Yes. Pierce and years again rhyming. Right. Right, tell me the note you wrote. Please read it.
To a Snowdrop, William Wordsworth is the father of Romanticism of England. Romanticism was a literary movement of England in the latter part of 18th century and the 19th century. At that time, England was invaded by industrialization and almost all the people became laborers of the industrial factories. People in England were blind to the beauty of nature and human feelings as they were burdened with economical crisis and hardworking. William Wordsworth noticed this artistic trend and began writing poems highlighting the splendor at nature and validity of human feelings. Romanticism means creating literary text including the beauty of nature and human feelings. Wordsworth wanted to inculcate his uh, contemporary
Inculcate.
England.
Inculcate. Inculcate.
Yes, sir. I N C
Inculcate.
U S C T.
Inculcate means T.
Inculcate.
Yes. Yes.
England spoke that man should live closer to nature in order to be a perfect man. In this particular poem, Wordsworth's narrator speaks to a flower called Snowdrop and expresses his feelings just like speaking to a human being. Beginning with the opening line, the poet progresses with the personification. Lone flower hemmed in with snow and white as day, but hardier far, once more I see the wind. It is in the morning time that the narrator is speaking to the snowdrop with a personification as well as a lot of exaggeration. According to the narrator, it is a lone flower that is hemmed in with snows. The poet also personifies snow, saying this flower is white and hemmed with snows as they are hardier far. Again, the poet uses personification, saying once more he sees the flower bending and its forehead seems to be fearful to offend to the narrator. This snowdrop flower is an unbidden guest, which means he sees the flower as a guest came to him without any invitation. The poet appreciates and exaggerates this flower, saying that it came to him like a guest, while day by day there are storms selling from the mountain tops. In addition to this flower, the poet describes beauty of nature through saying storms and the existence of mountain. These storms blow on the plains and then descend while the sun is rising in the daytime.
Right. Right, like this. It was. It was William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth, who began writing poetry on nature, nature, describing that nature is something alive. Nature is something alive. Yes. That is how, that is how, that was how, that was how Wordsworth introduced introduced the style of romanticism romanticism as a literary school literary school to England. Now you should know that before introducing this romantic style mean I told you the style of writing poetry and poetry or drama or novel about human feelings and beauty of nature. Before Wordsworth introducing this style, there was Augustan writing style. Augustan uh, age, if not that style, they exaggerate the heroism, patriotism. Patriotism means love for the country, warfield, adventures like that. But William Wordsworth broke away that tradition. Yes. Before Wordsworth introducing, before Wordsworth introducing this romantic R capital, romantic style in England, there was Augustan, A capital, Augustan, Augustan style that poets and other literary writers, poets and other literary writers wrote about battlefield, soldiering, SOLDERING, soldiering, patriotism, 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 heroism, and adventure. Yes, full stop. Those Augustan artists did not pay attention to Augustan artists did not pay attention to nature and human feelings. Yes. Full stop. When Wordsworth writes this poem, exaggerating and personifying nature, we understand that the poet is very much attracted to nature, very much attracted to nature. Nature and he wants to tell the world, that man becomes perfect man when man lives closer to nature, while appreciating nature. Yes, full stop. Thus, the poet here mentions the term inverted comma storms, close inverted comma, to show the revolutionary, you know this spelling, revolutionary, revolutionary behavior of nature, while calmness and quietness exist within the flower of snowdrops, snowdrop. Yes. While describing the splendor splendor, Splendor, splendor of the flower of snowdrop. Snowdrop. The poet also tells that day by day storms are sailing from sailing from mountain tops when the sun is rising in the morning. Sun is rising in the morning and descending on the plains in the evening. On the plains in the evening. Yes. The beauty of nature in the morning as well as in the evening with the rising and setting of the sun. Setting of the sun is described here. Yes. After that, write within quotation mark, right? Yet these two lines. Yet thou art thou. Yet art thou welcome as a friend, whose seal outturns his promise, blue-eyed May. Yes. Did you write?
Yes, sir.
Right. What the poet tells here is that this flower is alive like a human, so that he welcomes the flower with a lot of friendliness. Yes. This flower also gives promises about the blue-eyed, B capital, blue-eyed May, which means the beauty of the season of season of spring, beauty of the season of spring. Yes. Not only this flower, but also the season will bring more flowers, more flowers like jonquils, jonquils, jonquils. Yes, because of the breezes, BREEZES, because of the breezes of mm, the season, the season, the sweet fragrance, the sweet fragrance of flowers permeates. PERMEATES. Permeates mean spreading everywhere. Permeates. 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 Yes, that is what the poet says uh, when telling that blue-eyed may shall soon behold and their orders, ODO, URS orders, lavishing on the soft soft west wind, and his frolic, 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 fierce, P-E-E-R-S, Pierce. Yes. According to the poet, he will not be able to forget the modest grace, G-R-A-C, grace of the chaste snowdrop. Chaste snowdrop is capital, snowdrop. Yes. The poet also tells that the snowdrop is the venturous, V-E-N-T-U-R-O-U-S, venturous, harbinger, H-A-R-B-I-N-G-E-R, harbinger, H-A-R-B-I-N-G-E-R, harbinger of spring, which means this flower is heralding. Heralding means telling about the arrival of something. That big crackers are heralding the arrival of the pageant. Heralding the arrival of the season of spring. Yes. At last the poet personifies the flower, saying it is the pensive, P-E-N-S-I-V, pensive, monitor of fleeing, F-L-E-E-I-N-G, fleeing, yes, fleeing, F-L-E-E-N-G, fleeing, yes, right. Please read the part I gave today. Today not, please.
It was William Wordsworth who began writing poetry on nature, describing that nature is something alive. That was how Wordsworth introduced the style of Romanticism as a literary school to England. Before Wordsworth introducing this romantic style in England, there was Augustan style that poets and other literary writers wrote about: battlefield, soul rising, uh, patriotism,
Hmm?
patriotism,
Spelling?
heroism,
Patriotism.
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 patriotism, heroism, and adventure. Those Augustan artists did not pay attention to nature and human feelings. When Wordsworth writes this poem, exaggerating and personifying nature, we understand that the poet is very much attracted to nature and he wants to tell the world that man becomes a perfect man when man lives closer to nature. While appreciating nature, while appreciating nature, thus the poem here mentions the term storms to show the revolutionary behavior of nature while calmness and quietness exist within the flower of Snowdrop. While describing the splendor of the flower of Snowdrop, the poet also tells that day by day storms are sailing from mountain tops when the sun is rising in the mountain and descending on the plains in the evening. The beauty of nature in the morning as well as in the evening with the rising and setting of the sun is described here. Yet art thou welcome as a friend whose seal outturns his promise blue-eyed May. What the poem tells here is that this flower is alive like a human so that he welcomes the flower with a lot of friendliness. This flower also gives promises about the blue-eyed May, which means the beauty of the season of spring. Not only this flower, but also the season will bring more flowers like jonquils because of the breezes of the season, the sweet fragrance of flowers pervades. That is what the poet says when telling that blue-eyed May shall soon behold and the odors lavishing on the soft west wind and his frolic peers. According to the poet, he will not be able to forget the modest grace of the chaste Snowdrop. The poet also tells that this Snowdrop is the venturous harbinger of spring, which means this flower is heralding the arrival of the season of spring. At last, the poem personifies the flower, saying it is the pensive monitor of fleeting years.
Yes, right like this. From the beginning of the poem, from the beginning of the poem till it ends, till it ends, the poet personifies the flower of mm, snowdrop and then exaggerates the snowdrop flower and the beauty of nature, beauty of nature as a whole, WHOLE, as a whole. Yes. Therefore, personification and hyperbole. Hyperbole means exaggerating something. We say it is a hyperbole, okay? Hyperbole can be taken as major techniques of the poem. Yes. You know what do I mean by rhyme scheme? I told you. Or rhyming pattern. Can't you hear me?
I can hear you.
Did I tell you what do you mean by rhyming pattern or rhyming style?
Actually, I can't remember.
That means like this, how the sound ends. Here imagine they. We give A for that. They. Normally we give first line A. Second line bend. Different, you know. They bend. So we give B. Third line again equal to B. Therefore A, B, B. Any poem we start with A. A, B, B. And again they. So it is rhyme with what?
With day.
They. Alright. They. Hurry. Then again way lay. It is equal rhyming with day. Then first one A, B, B, A, again B, again descend B. Sorry, A. Here A. Descend friend, again bend. Therefore B. Do you understand what I say?
Yes, sir.
Day, way, may equal again A, may. Set. It is different. Therefore C. Lavishing D. Pierce E. Forget, descend, friend, and forget set. C.
Yeah.
Spring. Spring equal to what?
Lavishing.
Lavishing. That is D.
D.
Yes.
It's E.
C. Nee, PS. Dami mana ada PS. D. A B B A B
E, sir.
C D E nee.
Yes, sir.
E. Spring. Yes, E. This is yes. 14 lines, you know. Yes.
Yeah.
Right, like this. The poem is sonnet. Sonnet means 14 lines poem. Sonnet. With the end rhyme. ENRHYME. End rhyme. A, B, B. එක line එක දිගටම ලියන්න. A, B, B. A, B, A. C, D, E. D, E. C, D, E. C, D, E. ඉස්කෝලේ ගන්න ටීචර් ගේ නම මොකද්ද?
උදිත සංජීව හිටියාරච්චි.
ඔයාලට නෑ පිටින් හරි okay. Okay. Now this poem is okay. Now how many poems I taught you? This poem only.
Sorry, sir.
How many poems did we discuss? This one only or some nothing also?
And chimney sweeper, sir. This one and chimney sweeper.
Chimney sweeper, right.
Yeah.
Correct. What about Sunday morning, your program?
Sunday morning I have Dhamma school, sir.
Mhm. Tomorrow evening?
Yes, I can, sir.
Okay. I will send a message tomorrow evening, okay?
Okay, sir.
Right, okay. Then we will cover the syllabus, half of the syllabus within 6 months somehow or other, right?
Okay, sir.
Good night.
Good night, sir. Thank you, sir.